Hello everybody, welcome to Fate Weavers, where I'm going to throw the intro to somebody at random to make them very anxious. And this week we go to Hala.
Hi, welcome to Fate Weavers. Please subscribe, ding that bell, and leave a comment telling us
You fucking sellout.
leave a comment telling us which
barely
part of
passed
you.
20 subscribers.
Shut
You're
up.
already shelling the chat.
Oh man, she's actually doing a better job than I've done for like 50 episodes where I've never said any of those things.
To be fair, what was it I heard from a YouTuber? Click the things that click the things that make the dings.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah. So yeah.
Keep on weaving and go click the dingies.
Yeah. Last we left off.
Oh, you are gonna do the recap?
Oh.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Wow. Okay.
Sure.
Let's go.
Sure.
We were in the 5th or 6th. This is where I need help. Level of the tower, Kirshi's tower. We found ourselves standing in a marble room, surrounded by 7 statues. On the table in front of us were 7 tablets in different languages, which we quickly and very smartly figured out that the tablets were corresponding and describing the statues that we were seeing, which were the gods of of the world. When we spoke the name of the god with the tablet, the god came to life, and an orb fell from them, and a demon, we assume a demon, killed that god. Then we thought it would be a great idea to open the archives, and Vishar and Gaba went in and learned some stuffs that we the rest don't know.
No, nothing happened. Very
Nothing
uneventful.
Totally uneventful, of course. Yeah. And I think the door opened to go down. Some stuff happened, more or less a little bit more of trauma. Kaulike has now a face of Zerbel and Ambrose talking to her.
Right. I forgot about that.
What the f just happened? And yeah, I think I have everything covered. Do I?
Someone. That's
Oh.
right.
Very
he's
bad
gone.
timing. I think you have everything.
Can I come back?
I was gonna say we did.
Are you gonna give me back my shop?
Yeah, of course, if you want.
Yeah?
I mean,
Yeah.
some of us. I think you left out the bit where some of us decided to grab some of the orbs, and some of us
and
came
some
out
people-
on top. Some of us came out with 2 HP. Don't know who, but
So, yeah.
someone did.
Yeah.
As you guys were on this floor with these 7 marble statues of the gods of the world, some of them which you did not recognize, there was the statue of an orc that you met a couple of floors ago, Therium, more of like a hero figure turned kind of like coward story for the orcs about tactics and strategy and being cunning, but not revered as a god as far as Gabatutal knew. You also had the statue of Shingar, a goddess of sleep that was the quote-unquote creator of the Albion race, but she was long forgotten, and instead Tiafia is the one that took her place as she rebelled against Shingar. We also saw the statue of Ambrose, the white dragon, the bringer of light, and the statue of Prilus, the black dragon, master of secrets and arcana. which I believe some of you didn't know. He was a black dragon. We also saw the statue of a man with bat-like wings, looking with a face very similar to Bishar, and who you came to the conclusion that he was AzerrA, the god that was in charge of law and justice. And then there was a statue of a cloaked figure that seemed very death-like, who after you did some other things, the cloak fell and it revealed to be the face of a human man who Bishar and Gava went into the archive to look for the name. In the archive, we saw that Magni was no longer there, as AzerrA took the place and was guiding everybody. And just like Jason said, there was some pain, some psychic pain, each time that one of you touched one of these gems and received this forceful vision of what you believed was the last moments of the original beings that these statues resemble. As Gava and Bishar were inside of the archive collecting their very secret information, the rest of the party, all of the Beast Walkers, were having a lively conversation about who Eric should marry.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
To maintain the lion lineage.
Yes. If I recall correctly, you called Vishar a bit up into himself or something.
Yeah.
Not being able to see past his own nose.
Yeah, a little bit. Eric still stands by that sentiment.
Vishar doesn't know about the sentiment, so it's fine.
As Bishar and
Correct
Gava
us.
were coming out of the door of the archive, and as AzerrA's body was being left inside of the archive, the statue of the human male who Bishar discovered to be named Aurelius was the only statue that didn't produce a marble of a color, and that statue was raised above as a staircase descending was on underneath the statue on what seemed to originally have been a pedestal. Bishar and Gava, as you come out of the archive and all of you reconvene, you start noticing that the other 6 statues start slowly descending into the floor, kind of like being sucked by a sinkhole of sorts, very slowly, but they seem to be descending at a constant rate. What are you guys doing?
Oh, you're back. Hi. Anything?
Hi.
Anything good?
Nothing new, I'm afraid. Only the name, which you already knew, but not the original language or way to speak it.
So you know the name of this dude?
Aurelius, I think, out of character. Martin already said it just now, right? Yeah.
Oh.
I think we could. I cast comprehend languages, so we could read it, but we couldn't.
Oh,
speak
yeah,
it,
right.
so something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, and when you try to mind link with the statue, you could feel a connection very far away, but nothing that would link or properly connect. But you did feel that there was something in there.
So yeah, only we encountered the name once more, but we already knew that. So unfortunately, no new information about how to open the statue any further than it is currently.
Rick, I have a question for you. Because you had
dear.
some important revelations inside of the archive. So, as you come out
Did you?
and you see the other 4 are just sitting idly, Ephraim was preparing some sort of meal in the meantime as they were taking a short rest. What is Bishar's face? How does he come out looking like? Poker face, or would they be able to catch on to something?
I think I already failed this check last time, but I remember us describing myself as very distracted,
Absent.
very lost in thought,
Yes.
and a bit absent.
Yes. That was that. I
Yep.
remember.
And Gava is looking just normal as on her regular easygoing face.
I have a passive insight of 17, but I don't think I would be actively looking for deception.
I would say with the 17 you could probably notice that Bishar is like Rick just said, slightly more out of sorts. If you want, you could roll an insight against Rick's deception or persuasion, whatever he wants.
I don't think I would be actively looking for deception, but I would see that he's out of sorts. Because I don't think my friends would be lying to me.
As I am.
Disappointing then that the
Yes.
that the library is not as bountiful with its knowledge as we believe it to be.
No, I think the knowledge is there, but the main issue is actually finding it inside the library. Before with Magni and now with AzerrA, the 1 hour limitation is a bit challenging to overcome.
As a point of interest, because AzerrA is now the owner, let's say, or the person who runs the library, surely they could extend the hour? Or is that something that we do not wish to
I
experiment?
believe they said that they would need to take full control to extend the timer. Currently, they're only like temporarily in control. I think, from what I remember last session.
I like
I
the
think so as well.
steward of Gondo. Yes, but I don't think we have reached a decision yet about whether we wanted AzerrA to take full control of the library.
I don't think I personally would not like. I enjoy having them here. That is a weird thing to say, but I enjoy the knowledge that they are here and questionable. But I wouldn't want them to be as a librarian.
They don't seem the librarian type.
The fear, I think, would be that AzerrA could potentially twist that knowledge to their favor. I think that is the fear everyone is subconsciously thinking.
And I'm looking if Azzy is listening.
There's no Wasi here, but Gava would say, "Oh, come on, guys, Wasi, they are cute, cool dude. Like, we can trust them. They are my best friend after all, you know. I am legally obligated to say that."
Poor Eric.
Eric,
Demoted.
yeah, I mean Eric doesn't blink at this. Fine. Yeah, sure. You left our asses however many weeks ago.
Excuse you, I was taken against my will.
So it's a Stockholm syndrome.
Let's talk about that, Gabba. Shall we?
Yeah, but how about you wait until the other voice in my head comes back?
I will just poignantly look at her and just say that conversation is not over. Just remember that.
There is the dad voice.
So I see you four had a productive conversation while we were gone.
Yes, we did. But we need to. I don't know. I am. I mean, Eric thinks about saying I'm tired. It's like that's my life. Technically, that's my life. So Eric's like, do we move on?
Yeah. Did you heal up from the short rest?
I can't remember. Did we actually take a short rest?
I think we probably had a short rest. There's an hour time limit.
Martin, would you give us a short
Would it-
rest? Not
If
that
it
that
was an
would
hour.
benefit me anything.
You are muted. Oh,
Yeah,
Ooh,
you guys
look.
had like a full hour. So I don't remember if you did roll your hit dice or not, but just check your HP and decide.
no, I definitely,
Yeah, that's why I was thinking.
I definitely did not have.
Yeah,
Because
no. You totally took a
I
short
did
rest during this
get
time.
some healing.
Can I
So
get
I'll
to
take
heal?
some of that healing.
Use all them hit dice.
Yeah, I don't have none better.
What are you hurt from? Like the last combat per se that you had was like
The ball.
reactor.
The ball nuked him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ball fucking nuked Eric. He wasn't joking when he said he was on 2 hit points. Because he
Yeah,
was.
he
at
took
some
like
point, and then
160 damage or something like that.
Yeah.
125.
Jesus.
125.
Yep.
Right, that's 13.
No offense, but I'm glad you took the damage and not me.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that would have annihilated someone else
Yeah.
right out the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that
and,
great on hit points maximum.
Eric,
Yeah.
you know that even if you had hit like 0 hit points, that image in your head would have kept going. So
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
good thing is that you already saw it, so it cannot
Yeah.
hurt you anymore.
That's what he said.
Sure.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. Carry on while Eric is doing math.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you guys are looking at the other 6 statues slowly descending. At this point, they are to the point of like the chest is starting to go underneath the floor. And funny thing, like it's not like a hole like a piston descending. It seems like the statue, the marble itself, is kind of like just melting into the other marble, but not leaving a single trace, just perfectly normal. The only one that is not doing that is the statue of Aurelius, which has like a staircase underneath it.
Worth it.
Has this started recently? Did you
Uh,
guys see this happening before?
Yeah, it started before you went
Yeah.
into the library.
Yeah, it's been going
yeah.
for like an hour.
Yeah, you left and they started melting.
Alright. Should we be concerned about this?
I think it's just opening up the way down.
Yeah, just theatrics.
Alright, fair enough. So how are we feeling? Are we going down? Or are we taking a breather first?
Oh, I think
We've had our
How's
breather.
everyone for their magics?
Oh, I'm great.
Yes.
I'm
How's
great.
everyone for their magics?
Perfect. I haven't used nothing. Nothing.
Good.
Oh yeah, I have, but I don't know that I
Good.
have.
Alright. Haven't used.
I think we should go.
Fisha, are you okay?
Yeah,
You're
I'm
you
fine.
s-
I'm feeling pretty good, so we could just head on.
okay.
Haven't used any major magical energy yet since our last rest.
Good.
Good.
On to floor
And-
level.
Anything from Angel and Devil?
They come like they are constantly sitting on your shoulders. If you look over your shoulder, you can always see them. They don't speak constantly, but from time to time you will hear them going like, just like, "Oh, hey, Ambrose. By the way, why did the light descend?" And Ambrose on the other shoulder is like, because it's my Righteous shop to bring the light to everybody and descend upon the mortals. Oh, you're so boring. The light descended because it was bored. And they just kind of like start bickering amongst each other.
When
So they
the
just
chicken
resort
crossed
to
the road.
horrible jokes.
Yeah, like the two old guys from the Muppets, like constantly.
Oh God, no!
Oh no!
Yeah, pretty much.
Uh,
From time to time, they will comment on something that is going on at the moment, but for the most part, it's just annoying bickering.
Okay. Oh God, I'm so sorry. I'm not even tired.
Well, it doesn't look like it.
Hoity-toity-toity downstairs.
yeah.
Are we going down?
Let's go.
Yeah. we'll go
Ephraim,
down.
are you done with your cooking?
Oh yes, let me just save a little of this grease for the bacon later.
Cool.
Wonderful.
Eric will be vanguard.
Yep.
And walk down. despite
What?
despite that
Yeah.
look from Vishar's face.
With all of your 2 hit points plus whatever you rolled
well,
just now.
Yeah, no, I'm back up to half.
Ah, alright.
Jesus.
This is basically
I'm
my
back
max
up to
then.
half. Yeah.
So
I think I know what the next feat I'm taking is. Somehow heal. But anyway.
So, as Eric starts descending the staircase, everybody follows. But about the moment that the last of you starts descending the staircase, you can see, like, you can feel. It's almost like an escalator going down, but the steps are not moving. It's almost as if the whole stair was itself descending at the same rate that you are stepping down. And you just hear the clack, clack, clack of your footsteps on the marble steps, just echoing throughout this. You don't have like a light, but the staircase just very far down. There seems to be like a light source, almost at the end of a tunnel. And as you keep descending, you are not entirely certain at which moment it happened, but that sound of marble footsteps almost seemingly shifts into the sound of wood creaking, as if you are descending on a staircase made out of wood now. You are caught by surprise, but by the moment that you realize you are stepping on wood, you arrive to the end of the tunnel, and you just see like a light coming from downstairs, and you can hear like some violin music, as if somebody was playing on the distance. There's some murmuring and other noises going in, almost like a lively place. You hear voices, and like, this is the thing, it's not common, the voices that you are hearing. You all hear it in like a language that you know that you can speak. For Eric, Quotal, and it would be this speech, like there's conversation going in this speech. For Kaulik it would be in not primordial. What's the other one that you
Celestial.
speak? You hear like lively voices going over in Celestial. For Bishar it would be primordial. For Gava it would be Orcish, and for Ephraim it would be Dwarvish. You all hear like just clamoring of conversation going in, plates being put on tables, and from time to time you hear a voice just like screaming above all of the ruckus, going, "Another one!" And you just start hearing that as you descend the staircase. Eric, you are the one that was in the front of the group. So, almost like out of nowhere, you feel like you are having tunnel vision. It starts engulfing you, and you turn around to look at the other 5 of your group, and you see that the almost infinite staircase that you've been descending from a large tunnel made out of marble, you look up and you just see about maybe like 10-15 steps of a stair that leads to a second floor made out of wood. in a place that looks very rustic, but very friendly, inviting, almost like a tavern.
And there's no one else around me.
There just the other 5 guys.
What do I see further down the stairs?
You pick your head out of the last set of steps, and you see an open space, about 8 to 10 tables, half of them full of humans, mostly humans, except for one table that has a couple of pure-blooded dragonutes covered in scales and have like instead of a humanoid face, more of a draconic face. They all have tails and wings, but the other tables are just humans of varying degrees of skin colors. They seem to, for the most part, be wearing a similar style of clothes, and there's, other than those 10 tables, you see a large bar with a human old man with a couple of scars on his face, just serving a couple of drinks, and you see a metallic colored dragonute female. She's also pure-blooded, but not as pure-blooded as the other dragonutes. She seems to be more veering towards the humanoid, though she's still covered in scales. And Eric, this is the first time that you see a metallic dragonute. And she's just wearing like an apron, kind of like a worker at the place, and she's going around serving drinks to the human tables. She seems to avoid the dragonute table. All of the dragonutes are full-blooded, but they are chromatic. Like there's a red, a black, a white, and a green dragonute, and they just seem to be minding their own business. They are wearing, though, very regal clothes. You see that they have like fancy attires. And for the dragonute fashion, for the most part, especially these kind of like pure-blooded dragonutes that resemble mostly draconic imagery, they tend to leave as many of their body parts exposed as they can. They take pride in showing the scales and the colors of their draconic ancestry. But the metallic dragonute is almost completely covered, except for like her face.
The humans, are they wearing anything that would signify whether they're military or whether they're where they would have allegiances, that type of thing?
They seem to be wearing one of them seems to be more of like a public officer clothes. They seem to be like just everyday work clothes. Doesn't seem to be military. The other like one of the tables is just that kind of like you would think dignitaries or something. They are wearing like suits, but all of the other humans are wearing like different diversities of clothes. Very, very affluent, very regal. You see a couple of them have like a lot of jewelry. So you could maybe think that they are some sort of like merchant of sorts.
And this is the below, and we don't know what the upstairs would be.
No.
I look to the rest, and I say, either we're being tested. No, that's stupid. We are being tested in some way. But either I think we should be fine for now. Something strange about the dragon newts. I don't see. Actually, can I insight check the room?
Make a
Vibe
vibe
check.
Vibe check.
Sure, you can also give me a history check if you'd like, next to that one.
Okay.
And at this point, I would say everybody's kind of like looking at this lower floor, so everybody could give me like a history check, except for Ishar.
Right.
What is that?
And except for Kauliki. Kauliki
Slightly
cannot give me
better.
the history check.
For Ephraim, then it would be 11 plus whatever it is for him.
Okay.
Okay.
Nope. History is a big fat no. However, the insight might be better because I'm working on a -6 at the moment, so that is.
Jesus!
Yeah, I've got -6 exhaustion. What do you
so
want?
15 for
Yeah.
Ephraim.
Okay.
I assume that I'm playing.
20.
Okay, what about Koto
15.
for history? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So with the history check,
History. Yeah, history's a no for me.
okay. So for the history check, both Ephraim and Quattle would look around, and you see the same thing. You are looking at like the clothes that they are wearing. In the case of Ephraim and Quattle, you're looking more at like the architectural style, the inspirations of the place, and both of you get the feeling that this is kind of like old-fashioned. Like, to put it in terms of our world, would be like if you were in the Victorian era, looking at somebody wearing clothes from like 100 years ago, like really fancy clothes, but the clothes just have like things that are no longer in fashion, like very curly things. The women's would have like the big kind of like skirts, things that are no longer used.
Oh, those crenellations aren't used anymore. It's a different type. Oh, that would be went out of fashion.
Quick question. Do I hear everyone speaking in Celestial or just few tables speaking in Celestial?
Everybody. And
Everybody.
Even when Eric spoke to you, you heard him speak in Celestial.
Okay, universal translation.
Oh.
No.
There's a TARDIS here somewhere.
Yeah. But also.
I will.
Go on.
I would like. Where are we? I will try speak normally. Do I hear myself?
You try speaking common.
Yeah.
No.
She tries to speak in common. All of you hear it in either B-speech, primordial, dwarvish, or orcish, your main racial language.
The anti-common defense.
Interesting.
Okay.
What was the vibe check I got on a 14 insight?
What were you looking for in general? The Dragonian, right?
I'm trying to read the room in terms of, is there kind of a hidden tension? Like in terms of, is one particular side of the room more tense than the other? Is there like, is it likely a fight's gonna kick off? Like, if one wrong thing is said.
Not in general. You get the feeling that the humans, it's just like different merchants of different places. They don't seem to pay mind to like the other tables in general. The table with the Dragonutes, though, they don't seem to hold like animosity towards the humans in any sense. From time to time, you see that they even like look at each other or raise a cup or stuff like that. But the Dragonute table towards the Dragonute waitress, there seems to be like some sort of they are eyeing her in these despictive ways, kind of just like looking at her as if she was less in general.
The good old.
Good old.
You're not cold-blooded. You're lesser than me.
Yeah, to put it in racism terms, it would be like being in the States in the 1950s and the bar has a black-skinned waitress.
Mm-hmm.
Most people,
Love that.
Most people are okay with it, but certain people are not with it.
Fantastic.
Can we get a disposition on what colors each of the dragonborns on the table are?
The Dragonutes, there's one red, one black, one white, and one black. Sorry,
One red.
I said black twice. One of them is green.
So the tier of colors.
Which one? Which one's green?
So red.
The first one.
Ah, alright. Thank you.
So red, green, white, black.
Yes.
Pretty much.
And the metallic Dragonute, she seems to be made out of a kind of like a green shade. She has like, if you look at like her
Bronzy.
claws, there seems to be like almost small pieces of shade coming out of like her knuckles, and like small little tones of color. But like the shade that is coming out of the knuckles seems to be like a pure like a piece of shade itself ingrained on her skin.
Nice.
And Eric, you would notice because you saw a dwarf a couple of hours ago that had metal coming out of scars on his face. This seems rather similar, almost as if the metal, the shade in this case, was growing out of injury.
Interesting. I looked
So-
in rest.
Are we staying here or are we getting ourselves a drink?
As
It
you guys,
looks like a tavern.
Hmm.
And I am now actively speaking in Celestial.
as you guys descend and start kind of like just talking amongst themselves, you will notice that the waitress herself just turns to look at you, and she just goes, "Oh, I see that you guys woke up. Would you like to eat your breakfast or get ready? Would you prepare? Do you have a preference? I haven't served people like you except for the human over there. So would you prefer the meat menu or the draconic menu?"
How do we look to each other?
Exactly like you.
Okay.
Maybe
What is
like
the-
your clothes maybe were adjusted to reflect more of like this age, but in general, you look pretty much like your character art.
Okay, so we are still cats, tortoises, weird humans, and dwarves.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as you say that, she will look at like the Beast Walker part, ignoring Ephraim, and go, I don't know, we don't have that many patrons from Usedin here often. Most people actually come from Krushmuta, so would meat be okay with you, sirs?
The names. Are they
Usedin and
old?
Krishmuta.
Yeah,
What the
Usedin.
fuck?
You
Are
say
they-
EDIN, and
Yeah.
Krushmurta, KRUSHMURTA.
Yeah, no.
I will paste them on the
Are
Discord.
Thank
they?
Another
are they
two
old?
names I'm not going to remember.
Yep.
Uh.
Are they old? Are they old names? Old.
Yeah, Ephraim would like to roll history,
Yeah.
if
Mm,
possible.
Okay.
Hmm.
Make it more of a religion, actually.
Okay,
Oh.
18 religion for Ephraim. May I rolls?
10 religion.
Yes.
No, 11.
Good fish roll, yeah.
Ishar? With disadvantage.
Fair enough.
Math. 22 for me.
15.
18 for Ephraim, 22 for Kaolika.
Okay. For those that rolled underneath a 20, above a 15 but underneath a 20, the name Krushmurta rings a bell. It's pretty much the same as with the city that you saw, Eric, Bukthoram. It's kind of like the Staff of Legend, but in this case it's the Staff of Legend for the Dragonutes. Krushmuta is kind of like a divine realm, almost like a Valhalla, where the dragon youths that have died honorably go to serve the draconic lords. It's kind of like a land of dragons, a world of dragons. Taoliki, something similar with, since you rolled above a 20, rings a bell to you with Usedin. Usedin is pretty much the same kind of like world of legends, but for the Fae, for like the Albians. It's believed that that is where the Tree of Life came. That it's believed that that is from where Shingar came to placate the Titanic menace. But Usedin also has a second phase. It is also believed that that is from where demons come to pursue the evils. And so yeah, you don't have much more details than that, because it's not something that neither of you in the world have gone. It was maybe mentioned, Eric, in like a book somewhere as you were reading, but there's like no detail. There's not like a full book in a Bible that speaks of this world.
These, I kind of look a little confused, and kind of whoever's closest to Eric will say, these names are legendary. They're not actual places that people go to or come from.
Sure, but you were at Buckley.
Sure. I will say, you'll have to excuse me, miss. We are not from either lands.
Oh, my apologies. I'm sorry
No,
for assuming.
it's
I
okay.
just thought you were some sort of Fae.
No. We are from a land quite far.
Then this is I most of my customers are always from Krusmurta, since that's the closest gate in this district. But could you tell me like a story of your world? Like you say that you came from far away. Which gate did you take? I believe if you are not from Usedin, could you be maybe from Inmiger or Tensia?
Can I make a quick history check to try and ascertain where the fuck these names are from?
Sure. We can actually carry it over from the previous check. Same thing. They are names of like what you were taught or believe. They are like realms of legend, things that are just like a myth. Like they are maybe mentioning the creation story of each of the races before their respective god or goddess descended into the world. But they are just like theories, fairy myths.
I sort of shake my head and I say,
do I know anything about these two lands?
Same thing.
22?
You would know that Inmiger is the one for like giants, and Tensia is the one for. No, actually, none of you would know about Tensia.
Okay.
probably not.
A friend over here, I will step in. A friend over here is from Yinmigeth. And I point towards Gaba. But we met each other on the road as you speak. I'm so sorry, I forgot your name.
Oh yes, my name is Shaher.
Shaher.
Yeah.
And
H-E. Okay.
And please remind me. The traveling. What place is here?
Oh,
I think we were en route to Usadin, but I'm not sure if where we right now are.
oh, that's fine. It happens all the time. When people come to taste the alcohol that we serve here, most of them are not prepared for the draconic ales. Sometimes it kind of destroys memories from the last night. Your group certainly had a fancy night yesterday, so it's fine.
I'm so sorry. I hope we didn't cause any damage.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. We are used to it. So everything has been paid for. You don't have to worry about it. Yes. So you are in the Drowsy Monarch. That's the name of the tavern. You did check in rather late yesterday, but still requested a lot of dragon ale, and of course we serve it. This is the draconic district after all. And about the city, this is Tyalpýli, the capital city of commerce. It's next to like the draconic gate. I believe.
Tyalpýli?
Tyalpýli, yes.
Okay.
For those interested, that means gate city in Greek.
Nice. So we are in Kishmucha, right?
No. This is Tensia.
Sorry. Tensia. Wonderful Tensia.
Oh, you really had a lot of ale.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I couldn't even tell you my name right now. I have no idea where we are. I just know that I belong with them.
Oh, we
Do you
actually
ima-
have
do
the
you
perfect thing for that.
imagine?
Would you like some fairy water? It's really good for hangovers.
Oh, I feel fine. The memory's just gone.
Yeah, dragon ale does that.
But I think we should sit down and eat something. You're right with that. I think my friends and I would enjoy some meat, like a nice local breakfast. What would you say? Would you, friends? Breakfast?
Yes, sounds great. What exactly is the difference between the meat menu and the dragon meat menu?
Oh, the Dragonute menu has some more spices. It's slightly stronger on the flavor side. Most Dragonutes don't taste bland flavors. They prefer something stronger, especially those that come from the Red Monarch's continent. And so we just do a lot more juicy meats that are more spiced. Some of them are left for a couple of days to marinate, and the regular menu is actually served for most of the other races. It's similar dishes, but not marinated for as long, and a lot less spices. Our special for today is actually goat feet in vegetable broth. And we have also lizard gruel if you'd like. And if you choose, we actually have Supa Sword Coast.
Fisher will turn to Gaba and say, I bet you could handle the Dragon News menu.
You bet?
I know. I will certainly try one.
I bet there's a turn of phrase, but I think you could handle it.
What? Are you willing to place a bet on that?
Do we need to?
I'm
Or do you
gonna
thi-
make
or do you
me
think
something
you-
super spicy.
It would be
Wow,
funny
wow,
to
wow.
show up the actual dragon newts.
I just thought you were big and strong enough to handle the menu, but if you don't want to, then
I'm
order the regular one. It's fine
just
with me.
imagine how much fun it would be when you tell Thuras you handled that.
I'm gonna take some goat feet. I don't wanna tell you that's anything.
Sorry. So we are actually going to tell her that you had the possibility to try and you chickened out.
Yeah.
Fine. I'd love to have a dragon with my name.
Oh, sure. We currently have the Capalex, the and the ham and sausage stuffed with raw cobbled. And if you'd like, we have a special sauce made out of sharp Drake cheese.
One more question: what currency you take?
Oh, we are in the Draconic District, but this is, after all, Tyalpýli, so we take most gold coins and most silver coins. That wouldn't be a problem. There's a currency exchange couple of streets down the way, closer to the gate to Krushmurta, if you'd like to change some gold before you go to the next destination of your travel. But we wouldn't have a problem taking anything.
Wonderful.
When she says that, looking around the space that we're in now, is there an exit?
Yep, there's a door, and with Eric's perception, you can definitely listen like noise and clamoring. You can hear like rustling and footsteps of very different types of creatures outside. You can hear even like wheels from time to time and some heavier footsteps.
Via bracelet, I would ask, anyone any idea what is actually happening and where the fuck are we?
As Kauliki talks through the bracelet, you all hear common.
I'm assuming we're on the next floor of the tower, to be honest. Not quite sure what's going on, but
I think if we are not careful, we are going to be stuck here for longer than we want to be.
Yeah, I don't think we should be drinking anything.
No.
Hmm.
We will politely have the food and then leave. Find our next point.
Well, perhaps we have to do something here that, or resolve something in this place to move on. Do a good deed, and then we're transported away, or something similar.
At least, I did not think gods had the concept of good deeds.
Well, it doesn't have to be that. It could complete a quest or help somebody. There isn't any direction, so I think if we wander around enough, something will happen.
You
Fine.
think we're going to be allowed to leave?
walking around and waiting for stuff to happen is the tactic I've used for most of my life, so don't see why we wouldn't be able to apply it over here.
Fine. Let us have some food at the very least. I don't know about you, I am tired and hungry.
Maybe we can find someone to fix you up without me having to
Die.
die.
I would say chaos happening and
Chaos is a
dying.
ladder, and I always fall down that ladder.
Well, I can't argue with that.
So, you have any free tables for us?
Yeah, you guys have been sat into like a table. You notice that she tried to nudge you towards the table, the furthest away from the dragon youth, and just like looking at her walking, it seems like she tries to avoid walking close to that table, and whenever one of the Dragonutes raises their hand to order something, it's actually the male human from the other side of the bar that comes and takes their order and brings them the food. Yeah, if like half an hour goes by, you guys are brought some drinks, you are brought the food. During this time, before the food arrives, do you wish to do or discuss anything?
I will just very closely observe the room, what's
Same.
going on, what's happening.
Mhm.
That's the same thing.
Keep an eye on the
Yeah.
dragon newts, I think.
Yeah, keep an eye out, basically.
Yeah, they don't seem to be doing like anything.
Is there music going on?
Yeah, there is like a pair of gnomes just playing like a violin and banjos and just stuff like that.
Is it danceable music?
It's tavern bardcore music. Like you don't see anybody per se dancing, and you get the feeling that it's kind of like early morning for people to be dancing. But about like half an hour and the food comes, you see that the group of gnomes goes and takes a break, and the door to the street opens, and you see a group of 4 kobolds. One of them is slightly taller, and just like the Dragonute waitress, has like small little traces of metal coming out of like its forehead, and you just see like these little draconic almost little creatures just walking around, and they walk towards the gnomes, and they shake their hands and grab like the instruments, and they just start playing like this crazy polka that is like chaos polka, kobold polka. Like instruments don't match, there's a mishap, but at the same time has like, you kind of dig it.
Polkas are very danceable.
Yeah, you see the kobolds are like, they don't care, they are just going into a party. One of the kobolds is kind of like running around, and as soon as the kobolds enter the place, you can see like all of the Dragonutes kind of like look at them and start hissing, and like one of the Dragonutes goes to like stand up and grabs like closes the hand, but the other Dragonutes kind of like look at him, and he just sits back down in place. And yeah, your food arrives. Kauliki, you start eating the Dragonute menu. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw, as it is extremely spicy, super flavorful,
Of course.
super juicy, extremely delightful. But it's kind of like when you eat, if you eat Mexican spicy, it's in your mouth, everything burns. If you eat Korean spicy, it's kind of like in your throat and it never leaves. It's a mixture of those two at the same time.
Kalik is just smiling through it. 27.
Yeah, Kaulik is just eating like, you see, Quotul, Eric, Bishar, you all see each time that Kauliki opens its mouth to take another bite, you swear there's like little small saliva fireworks coming out of her tongue.
This is delicious. Anyone? Oh, please try it. It's amazing. It's like it's tingly and it's everywhere and it's like warm and it's amazing. Don't tell Kaine that, but it's better than her cooking.
Struck down by lightning immediately.
You also gain resistance to fire damage for 1 hour.
I would be
Wonderful.
remiss to my own backstory if I didn't try it. So, Fishan will take a piece.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting that. Good thing I have a +1 and 4 points of exhaustion. So
Vulnerability to fire damage for the next
13 minus 4, so 9.
You take 3 points of fire damage. You cannot take it.
I'm sorry, it wasn't 27, it was 24. I have 3 levels of exhaustion.
It's
Yep.
it's good.
Still
a
good
bit
enough.
too spicy for me. Thank you.
Eric will try.
I think I
what is
can
that?
make it a little bit less spicy.
Prestidigitation.
Waves off any attempt to do this. 15.
Eric, you take 2 points of fire damage.
What? Fine.
Like, you can taste a couple of the flavors as you start chewing it, but as soon as you swallow it, you feel your throat just burning up. Bishar, as soon as it touched like his tongue, he was like, nope.
It is a bit heavy-handed on the spices. My mother is a bit more delicate with hers.
Of course, we always prefer the mother's cooking.
Munches on cabbage. Full head at once.
Didn't have access to many spices
No.
in my.
Visha, should I ask for a glass of milk for you?
No. I'll be fine. Just it will take a while for the burn to go away. I think.
I wave
Charlie
down
is visibly swaying.
Jira. I will sort of, if I can, wave her down.
Yeah, Shehersha comes.
I notice you do not serve the other dragon units.
Oh,
Is there a problem?
no, there is no problem. It's just, and you see that, like, she grabs kind of like the end of the shirt and kind of stretches it a little bit, trying to cover like as much of her metallic skin as she can. No, there's no problem. Everything is fine.
Insight check.
Sure, be
Yeah,
difficult.
it's passive insight 17. Or do I have to actively roll?
Yeah, that is.
No, it's fine.
10.
I've done pretty well.
Uh,
24.
I mean, you
Good
all
results.
realize that she's
Yeah.
uncomfortable. You may summarize that it's because they are chromatic and she's metallic, but you don't have any further insights into that. You just get the feeling that this woman is uncomfortable around them.
Is there much history between chromatic and metallic dragon newts?
This is the
that we-
first time that you've seen or heard of a metallic dragon newt.
Right.
There could be a reason for that in the future.
I sort of.
You can
I
give
mean,
me a history check if you want. It's going to be a big one.
Everyone will do it.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
I'm talking
Oh.
25 higher.
Nope.
Natural 20 for a 25.
Holy fuck.
Actually, wait, that's comp. Yeah,
Ha.
no.
Natural 1 for a 0 due to exhaustion.
What
From 15.
What do, I don't know
Why
how you would
know this?
how you would know this.
Well, a lot of
Um,
information is passed down from turtle to turtle, so I may have got it from there.
Yes, but this, like, in your world outside of the tower, dragons were not that big of a thing. There weren't like dragons flying everywhere. The main dragons were, of course, Ambrose and Krylus. But there were maybe like a couple of chromatic dragons throughout the history recorded. There were no metallic dragons recorded ever. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, you don't know like the origin of this metallic dragonite, you would have no way of knowing it. There's not a single record of any metallic dragon in your world. There are records of dragons wearing armor, but not themselves being made out of metal.
Alrighty. I mean, she's visibly uncomfortable speaking about it. Have they given you trouble?
No, it's just, it's always like this. I'm used to it. I just do my best to avoid them.
You'll have to forgive my ignorance. You are the first dragon newt of this particular color spectrum I have seen.
Well,
So you'll
not-
have to forgive any
I-
ignorance I have.
I'm not surprised. My kind is actually fairly new in the world, but I'm sorry. I just have to go and tend to other tables. And you see one of the kobolds.
Before she goes, I would like to grab her hand, if it's possible. Thank you. You've been very kind. You're really, really beautiful.
Thanks. And you see one of the kobolds comes, the kobolds that are playing polka everywhere, just comes around and goes, "Ah, you don't listen to my cousin!"
No, just talking. She's very pretty.
Sure, she giving trouble. Do you want me to eat her? Gary's like, no. It's fine. No need to eat anybody. We are fine. Looking at you, and he's just kind of like,
I enjoy the music. It's very lively.
Yeah, you
Thank
better. It's the best polka
course.
ever.
Do you want to dance with me?
Yeah, sure. And he just like grabs you and pulls you, and kind of
I
like,
would try to pull him towards the dragons, and I would try to listen in on what they are talking. Like dancing around the tables and dancing in the close vicinity to the dragons.
Yeah, sure. You just pass by. They seem to be talking mostly about gold and different commerce and treaties, and which merchant came in, which merchant went by. Why don't you give me a perception check as you are doing all of this?
No, the fluff is perception.
Under B.
Ooh. 23.
As you are dancing around, you hear like a couple of things. Like whenever you walk, you are dancing near enough. From time to time, you hear that the merchants they are talking about, they go, "Oh, we may need to get the proper ledgers from Lord Alcida to import that." And from other times, as you keep dancing, I'm guessing that you take like a couple of minutes just dancing around. So from other times they go, "Not sure if Lord Alcida will allow the import of certain goods." And at a certain point, you dance too close to them, and the red dragonute, the pure red dragonute, just kind of like goes to stand up and seems to hold himself down, like with one hand holding the other, and you just hear as you are darting farther away, you just hear they say, "Curse Therium and freed slaves.
So this timeline is in the past.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Seeing him standing up, like, you wanna dance, sir?
And
To him.
you extend the hand and he goes, "Oh, it's fine. I appreciate this gesture.
Please,
not much
you're
of a
so
dance."
beautiful. Come on, and I'm just pulling him in.
Give me a persuasion check. Or intimidation, if you want to.
It's literally the same. 15 plus 4. 19. Minus 3. 16.
16. He just goes, "No, I have 2 left. 2 left, boss. It's not like, oh, and my wings are going to..." And he just ends up going with you and dancing with you. He's not that much of it. Like, you're dancing very vividly, very folk dance, trying to go, and you see that he tries to do like more of structured, guided, more of like a ballroom dancing.
I will allow him to lead.
Yeah, and he just dances with.
Please tell me your name, sir. I've never seen such a beautiful dragon yet as you are.
Oh, you can call me Rexin.
Rexin, beautiful name. My name is Celia.
Oh, and what is somebody from Usedin doing in these parts of Tenchia?
Just passing by. One coming back to my home.
It is a free city after all, but all of the races are free place. The humans
Inside check
have
on that. How is he bitter about it? Is he happy about it?
Just with your passive insight, no need to roll. You get a feeling that it's kind of like that belief where certain races should be freer than other races.
Yeah, equal and equaler.
Yes. We're all equal, but I'm more equal than you.
It is such a blessing to be able to travel freely, don't you think?
Ah, yes. But humans have a very high sense of freedom.
That's true, they do. Thank you, sir. It was very lovely to dance with you. I do not want to hinder your evening off. I've tried the menu here for the dragon news. It was truly delicious.
Oh, I see. You have taken some of the delicatessen.
Yes, of course. I pride myself to try everything at least once, don't you think?
That is wonderful. If at any point you get a permit to travel to Krushmurta, to my hometown, certain to serve the best delicatessen. Certainly love somebody from Usedin visit our place.
Does he see me as his equal? Or an exotic toy?
That's a tough question. He would see you as kind of like a high-priced tourist.
Okay. So a well-paying, annoying tourist.
Yeah, and you get the feeling that his eyes from time to time dart into your wings.
Yeah. Okay.
My eyes are here, buddy.
You see, as you both are
I
dancing.
will talk. Is it like possessive or like a typical dude at a bar looking a girl down the cleavage, or is it?
It's slightly possessive. You notice as you start dancing, he tried to take the lead, and he's not only grabbing your hands as you are dancing. His wings are kind of like holding your wings, and the wings themselves seem to be dancing at the same time, kind of like moving around. And you feel like his tail, as you spin, he makes you spin, and he grabs you with like the tip of his tail, just letting you land on his tail, and then pushing you back on with his hand. And you get the feeling that it's a mixture of possessiveness with a little bit of supremacy.
You, sir, have lied to me.
I am nothing but gentleman.
You are dancing marvelously. Thank you very much. I enjoyed it very much. But I
I'm
cannot
sure
leave.
you have.
I cannot leave my friends waiting on me. It was a lovely dance with you. Thank you, sir. I will like curtsy, turn around, and like coyly like this thing, like with my wing.
And as the dance finishes, the polka itself, one of the kobolds grab like a big trumpet and goes like right next to you, and you see that the dragon grabs like a hand and goes almost to hit it in the face, and just looks at you and goes, Tyalpýli.
It made me jump out of my feathers. Thank you very much. It was very lovely to dance with you. Have a nice evening. And what was his name?
I forgot.
John.
Dave.
Yeah. Via bracelet. They are pricks.
I could have told you that without being near them.
Yes, but don't you want to know what they said?
How they're superior in every way possible.
That Lord Alexida needs some ledgers. That he is the important person to go to goods. That Therion is here in this timeline, and he freed the slaves already. So yeah. Oh, and I am Celia here. Or just for the red ones.
You could have just said any name you want.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Is Therion fairly famous amongst Peace Walkers?
No.
Probably not really, right?
It would be more like a orcish folk hero to you. Like probably
But
you
we
heard.
met him.
Yeah, but like before embarking on like this adventure, you probably heard like a couple of stories from Java. It's like the same as in our world, you know, if somebody from the States were to listen to the stories of Genghis Khan.
Okay. What do we do now? Do we ask around about this Lord?
Does the name mean anything to you all? I have no idea who that is, but
No idea.
No.
It sounds draconic in nature, definitely, but
There's something strange about this floor. Up until now, every floor of this dungeon or tower or whatever has been quite clear about what's expected of us and what we need to do, but this one is different.
oh, I had fun.
yet fun.
Yes.
But how do we move on? What do we need to do? What's the goal here? Is any of this even real?
I mean,
Probably not.
it is as real as you talking celestial to me.
Yes, I did notice that. The language problem. But that might just be an illusion. Or some form of magic, probably.
I mean, if we're so certain this is not real, then nothing would happen if Vishar were to cast a wall of fire.
Yes, but we might get a lot of angry illusions after us. And I'm pretty sure, speaking from personal experience and your facial expressions, that whatever hurts us in here is real. At least to us.
Yes.
Is anyone listening to our conversation?
Like actively listening to you? No, there are just like other patrons, mostly humans, in this place. You see like 1 or 2 gnomes in like a couple of tables, but it's mostly humans and those dragon youths.
Well, I guess we have to find our task.
Perhaps the tasks are these ledgers. I mean,
They think we are from Usadin, or at least he thought I am from there. I think that's a fairy land. I don't know. He seemed to think that I'm a fairy.
Well, fairies can take on many different appearances, and the fae is often random.
I am a fairy if I want to be one, okay?
I think it would be best if those that aren't as obvious identify as being from Usadin to move things along more smoothly if people ask where we're from.
And I got an invitation to his own private residence.
As what?
Oh, probably as a looking thing. He seems like a big hat here. Or at least he's pretending to be.
If this floor is period accurate, then slavery is not completely eradicated yet, I'm pretty sure. So, probably wise to not just go with strangers to different lands, to their private residences.
Don't worry.
Or islands.
I don't think I would. Or I don't think he would let me. Even if I wanted to. But no, I don't want to, and I don't think I will. He gave me the creeps.
I already forgot his name, the man who wants his ledgers.
Oxida or something like that. Lord Arcane.
Acedia. I think we might as well ask. Taverns are usually information wells. We should ask perhaps the bar staff if they know where this lord is.
Or the way down is just helping out the tavern hand. Finding the meat seller, taking the stairs down, and finding ourselves in another room. Because
all we know, this could be the safe floor, and all we have to go is down another set of stairs.
This is true.
You see from time to time the main gate to the streets open, and people come in, people go out. there seems to be like a lot of movement out in the street.
What time of day is it?
It
Outside?
seems to be like morning, maybe like getting to something like noon. Sorry, let me change that. It seems to be like afternoon. The sun seems to be setting out in the horizon. Like each time the door opens and you look outside, there seems to be like slightly less door and seems to be more of like artificial illumination.
Well, currently it seems we're in a legendary faraway location that is told in fairy tales. Maybe we should explore and see if we can learn as much as possible.
Might as well.
You're telling me that we are going to play a role in a fairy tale as fairies.
Well, technically.
Suppose so. We should not linger too long, though. If we find any clues as to how to move on, we should attempt to report back as soon as.
Alright, gang, let's split up and look for clues.
Maybe not individually.
Yes.
The split is fine. I don't think we should split individually. I do not trust that if, as Vishal said, if slavery has not been completely abolished, I can only imagine there are some.
Then Gaba would be the one that is actually looked at weirdly. Because what I remember from what Therium told us few stories up, the war was between
Orcs
and dragonutes.
Yes.
Should we advise Gaba then to stay here?
Can you advise Gaba to do anything? Sorry, darling.
Oh, it's fine. You certainly can.
Ephraim, you'll have the undesirable job of babysitting Gaba, if that's okay.
Oh, well, that's fine. We could certainly go look for some sort of market, check for food, spices. You can actually learn a lot of things from the eating habits of a city.
No killing shopkeepers this time.
Yes, please.
Also, no setting shops on fire this time. Also, no stealing things from shopkeepers this time.
Also, no starting racial conflict this time.
So that.
I could say.
Or at least don't get caught doing that.
No, just don't do it to begin with, please.
Yes, do not do that.
Am I listening correctly? You heard me. First of all, Bishar, you are the one that should be worried about fire, not me. I had nothing to do with that.
Every fire I've ever started, I've had perfectly under control. And was not inside a shop.
That's true.
Okay.
Alright.
So, you guys are splitting in groups of two?
Makes sense.
Sure.
2?
Yeah,
2 and 2.
Yeah, 2 and 2, just in case there's some freaky deaky
slave caravan trying to take people.
Yeah, just in case.
So, what's the plan? Who's with who, first of all?
Oh god.
Does anybody have a preference?
I do not, but I think
I hate you all equally.
Yeah, I think at the very least, the three of you can heal to some extent, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Then one of you should be with me and Sorry, that sounded
this
well,
much.
absolutely stupid.
Obviously.
Yes. As
We're
Eric's
just
like,
teal sluts to you.
Yeah, no, Eric's like,
You are tired, I know. I take the pretty one and I hook Visha.
Pretty one. All right, fine.
What?
Well,
I have eyes.
I see that.
at least you with me then, Quarter.
maybe we'll look for somewhere to get you a little less exhausted.
Perhaps.
So, what's the plan? Where are Ishalike going?
Vishalike.
Jesus.
No.
God, no.
That was a stretch and a half.
That was that was a stretch.
Okay, Kashar.
Better, but still terrible.
Slightly better.
Oh,
but
you got
not
used to
that
keep on weaving. You will get used to this.
Sure.
No, I'm still not used to keep on waving, to be honest. Well, I think we could start outside, seeing what's happening there, trying to find what's going on here, and see what's the deal with this place.
It seems like it's getting dark outside, so you could probably see some stars.
I don't know. Haven't seen any in a while. Not since we
You could see some stars.
went into the friendship dimension.
Come then.
Okay.
Oh, Ephraim, would you pay for the food?
You got this right. All right. Bye.
Do you know what? Just to sort of put this off the rails, I saw something about 3 friends eating. 2 of them are a couple, and the man just went and like did a little romantic gesture, like wiping the corner of the female friends, and the girlfriend looks around like, "What the hell are you doing?" Slaps him, runs off, and he's like, "What?" Runs off, and they wait, and it's like an eternity later, friend is stuck with the bill. So
Yep.
they ran out, and the friend had to.
So Ephraim is pretty much always
Hey.
the one that is left with the bill.
Well, he's the most responsible, to be fair.
I don't have no money, so.
I
Totally
wonder if we
fair.
can do
That's-
some
that's
currency
fair.
conversion and break the economy. See if
Okay.
our coin's worth more.
So as Vishalike goes out into the streets, you see there's like a very broad street, enough for like a couple of cars to just go at the same time. There seems to be like very large buildings, full of like entrances for multiple carriages, and you see that there's a lot of people, mostly humans, like I would say 80% humans, and the rest would be mostly Dragonutes. And the Dragonutes seem to be the ones like working in the places, and it seems to be like mostly like trading companies. Just carriages coming in and coming out. You see all of the carriages that are like full of merchandise seem to be living out of these big buildings, and the humans seem to be like dealing with the Dragonutes, talking about like deals, conversions, stuff like that, and they seem to be departing with different cards. Ishar, with your passive perception, you can definitely see that most of these cards are full of like spices or some hides of animals that you have never seen before. Just seem to be like imported goods, and these human merchants are like carrying it out deeper into the city. And you see very like from time to time, maybe like one every 50 cards, you see a card that is being driven by a Dragonute, and it seems to be carrying a lot of things, and they seem to be coming from a different direction that the human merchants are coming in. The other thing that Bishar would realize is that the lights of the place seem to be some sort of magical lights, just not electricity per se. You can see like magical formulas inscribed into like the metal encasing, but it seems that the streets are full of like perpetual lights. They seem to be very localized, very like top down, and don't spill that much light out into the sky. So when Bishar looks up, it's faint, but with your passive perception you can see stars even here in the middle of the city. Though they don't seem like stars in any position that you would know.
Immediately start sketching out the stars and constellations I can see in the book, becoming oblivious to anything else in the street.
I will then, seeing what he's doing, take him and basically guide him like the blind.
Yeah, and like they must be like really bright stars to be like. There's not that much light pollution going up, but you are still in the middle of a lighted street. So the fact that you can even like see stars, they must be really bright. And Kauliki, as you are walking carrying Bishar, you see one kobold. Like a kobold comes running towards you, and he's wearing like a cape that is kind of like pink, and a big kind of like magician hat. And he goes, "I do magic for you. You pay." And he just starts kind of like grabbing like his hat, and from the hat comes like a little bunny, and the bunny goes back into the hat. You like tricks? You pay.
No.
What?
I will produce magic. I can do that myself. Thank you very much. And I go.
Well, you want bigger trick? Like you start walking, and the kobold just kind of like runs around you and follows, and once again stops in front of you. You want bigger trick? I do bigger trick. Look at this. And like he grabs like the most like a wooden stick that is just slightly straight, and he just taps on like on the hat twice and points up and goes ta-da! And you see like confetti comes out of the hat going up. And it's just like a silly magic trick, but Bishar, with your passive perception, you kind of follow the line that the kobold is looking, and you see that there's like a star just like there, and you just go back to keeping note of your star journal and keeping. But as the kobold raises the hand, you see the star stops flickering and just goes dark, almost as if like a cloud was passing by and just sitting on top of the star. But there's no cloud there, and it's just like the star stopped being in the sky out of nowhere.
What did you do? How does your magic function?
I just have this hat, and I stick it with my magical wand, and confetti comes out of it. Ta-da! Now you pay.
Can I inspect the hat?
Magician trick. That's my secret. You have to pay more for me to show secret to you.
What if I were to show you a different trick you could use? Like a trade?
But if I don't get paid, I don't eat food.
You get the hat
I do
back.
trick. I do trick. You pay money. That's how it works.
I am actively washing our purses.
You notice that there's like another kobold just walking by, kind of like going.
I have a bottle of ale you could have.
Sure, pay ale. That's good. And
Right.
he stretches like the hand to grab the bottle and holds the hat in his hand.
I give him the ale of the bishop's finger, which has been on my sheet for a very long time. I believe this is the ale that as soon as you reference water or something, you piss yourself or something. I think this is this one.
Yeah.
We found it underneath the mountain. And I will give it to him, and I would like to inspect the hat and see if it's just an ordinary hat or if it has some special properties.
Sure. Give me an Arcana check, I guess.
Can I assist in any way?
Yeah, sure.
Have assistance.
Advantage, is that?
Mhm.
Remember your exhaustion.
Yes, I'm aware. 14, 15 minus 4, so 11.
Jesus.
Like you start checking the hut, doesn't seem to be magical in any means. Like you see, there's like a fake bottom on the hut, and there's like a very thin bunny looking at you with like
Hungry eyes.
puppy eyes, and the hut is not magical in any means whatsoever. And the kobold just grabs the hat and goes, "That's a deal. Bye bye." And he just goes running to like another group of people that seem to be merchants and goes, "I do magic, you pay." And he does like the same pulling the bunny out of the hat trick.
Does another star go dark as he does?
No.
But my magic worked, right?
Yes.
Good.
I was gonna say, does the
Strange.
bunny look like Mirko?
No. Just a regular bunny.
But I'm not
Well.
there, so I don't know.
Do you have everything on you that you had before?
Well, except for the bottle of ale, but not really going to miss it, am I? I believe so.
I pat myself down. Yeah, I think I have everything too. Anything?
Usually I'm pretty perceptive to this kind of stuff. But it was strange. Did you notice the stars going dark when he did his quote-unquote trick? Or at least one of them.
No, it looks... I assume I don't. It looks the same to me.
1 star more, 1 star less, it's the same. Unless you are somebody that is paying like really close attention, you don't notice anything.
Is it weird?
Usually. I mean, it might just be... I don't know. Might be a cloud I can't see from here, or some ship that's blocking the view. Or we might actually have found a goblin capable of darkening the sky. Anything can happen in this tower.
Is the gravity weird, like we've been
No.
used to?
This is the most normal gravity you've ever felt.
So yeah, the gravity is weird for me.
Well, yeah.
Okay. And no winds, like I am inland.
Yeah. Like you don't feel strong pull of wind. You don't feel the earth itself moving. It's just like it was before the fracturing. If you could remember that sensation.
I tap my foot on the ground. It's weirdly stable. It feels home.
Oh, right. Yeah, yes. I hadn't even noticed that, to be honest.
Yeah,
But you're right.
you notice that your boots are not like the runes on the laces of the boots are not active. Doesn't seem to be exerting any sort of influence over you.
He found a way to nuke your boots.
Yeah, make them not necessary anymore. I
It's
will
weird.
keep these boots until the day I die.
It feels like before, weirdly.
Do you remember before the fracturing?
More and more. Every episode, so to say, I seem to remember more.
Right. I wonder what the world was like back then.
It was in one piece. It wasn't
Well-
floating.
Yes, but
We had horses. They were rare and noble creatures, but they were here.
Oh yeah, all those like carts, were they being pulled by horses in the street?
Oh,
No. The carts being pulled by the human merchants were being pulled by Kokikus,
Okay.
but the carts being pulled from the other direction, coming from the ones that have like the dragonutes on top of the cart, they were being pulled by a sort of like large, kind of like lizard, kind of like a Komodo dragon with armor on steroids, and
Nice.
that is like 3-4 meters tall.
What?
Yep.
That's ginormous.
It's kind of like a very big beast of burden. Seems like
Oh, like a Dugon from Star Wars.
No.
Martin, this is 2.5 meters.
I know.
Really? That's not
Yeah.
very high for ceiling.
2.5 meters for a ceiling is quite high.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
that's like the average.
Not over here. This is.
Well, sorry, we can't be all benevolent.
Well, I am almost. No, not almost. I'm 192, so I think 2.5 meter ceiling would feel a bit crowded.
Jeez. Not everyone is such a giant.
Yeah, well, I'm Dutch. We're the tallest people in the world on average. That's a true fact.
It's like some of them are 2 meters, but like the biggest one you've seen is like 3 to 4 meters, but tall. It's like
Pretty.
full of muscle, like covered in scales. Seems to be almost like none of you have seen like a dragon per se up close, but if somebody were to say, look at that, that's a dragon, you would believe them somehow, though it doesn't have like the wings, doesn't have like the tail. Seems to be more of like a beast of burden of sort.
So.
Well, it would be pretty interesting, but to be honest, I don't really mind the fractured nature of the current worlds.
Oh
It's-
no, I don't mind it.
It leaves room for interesting pockets of isolated land.
Oh no, I don't mind it. It's different for sure, but it's fine. It's different.
Yeah.
But it feels nice to be on solid ground, not worrying that it will break apart.
Yes. Well, you can fly, so
Not for very long. Yeah.
could you practice and fly longer? I mean,
Probably.
might be worth it. It's pretty fun.
I know.
So, as this group keeps going around, looking around, are you looking for like anything in particular?
Anything out of the ordinary, I guess. Something that gives some clue of people in danger, or somewhere where somebody might be able to help, or some hint about what we are supposed
No,
to
it
do
just
here.
seems to be like the middle of a bustling city. Though, as if you keep following the track of those dragonute carriages with the draconic beast of burden, you would arrive to a wall. And once you arrive to the wall, you see that there's kind of like a lot of guards, all dragonute, heavy armor, very regal armor, and they seem to be examining papers and asking for identifications, and there seems to be kind of like some sort of customs where they go through a really extensive process asking for questions of reasons of visit, where they are going to go, and behind them, like far away, like 100 meters behind these guards, you see like a 15-20 meter high shaft like rift in space-time, and you can see like fire and electricity crackling, and just seems to illuminate and glow so much brighter than everything you've ever seen. And if you look at this for a couple of minutes, you see from time to time a human walks past and just keeps going to the other side and disappears through this like giant portal, let's call it. And you see like one carriage with a dragon youth being pulled by these beasts of burden just being coming out of the portal and into here, and then they start talking to like one of the guards, exchanging papers, and then they just keep going on their way to one of the buildings of merchant companies that you saw priorly.
Any script on the portal or anywhere near indicating to where it goes?
No, and like that's the thing. Everything that you've seen so far has always had like arcane scripture or runes of some sort, of something that is magical and clearly designed. This just seems to be a self-sufficient magic without any sort of control or means.
Yeah, but like in the on the border is like now you're leaving Tensia. Welcome to Kinshunta or whatever.
You don't see anything per se, but if you had to go based on the information you have now and the fact that there are dragon youths coming out and in of this place and it's being guarded by dragon youths in what you would consider kind of like a royal armor, you get a feeling that this is probably some sort of communication towards Krushmurta, the draconic world.
Okay.
And that's where we are going to take a break. And when we come back, we will go with Warwick.
That sounds good.
What about Ethel?
Ethel.
That actually sounds like an actual name.
Yeah.
Yeah, we cannot have actual names in this place.
No, wouldn't want me to remember any of that.
No.
We have a fucking Discord with a channel for names.
Yeah, that's true. I read them once and then I forget them, so I have to constantly look shit up.
Yep.
We'll be back in a few minutes for part number 2. In the meantime, what do we say, Hala?
Keep on weaving.
Hey, she's learning. Welcome back for part number 2, and now we are gonna go back to the city of Tyalpýli with the second couple, who we are gonna call Warwick, because we cannot have names that sound human-like. Campaigns.
Sure. Okay.
What is Warwick doing as you guys leave the tavern? Guys leave the drowsy mode.
I think. I mean, first of all, looking round, it looks like a generic fantasy town, right?
Yeah. Bishliki? Kaushar? Okay. Kaushar went to like the right to where there seems to be like more commerce companies and more dragon youths around. To the left, it seems like the city keeps growing and expanding. And as you start walking down that path, after a couple of minutes of walking down this main avenue, you would come across like a wall, like a gated wall, kind of like a district, like a border. And yeah, there are just like a couple of guards, same thing, asking for papers to come in and out of this district.
Okay. Well, it seems we're locked into this district, and so
Is it worth us asking the guards what is in the next district? Or are we keeping a low profile?
yeah, a low profile. We don't want to cause too much of a.
Perhaps we should ask if there are any magical or alchemical, maybe actually a smithy shop might even be helpful. If this is one of the legendary cities. Could we carouse, quote unquote, basically ask around, where are your shops?
How do we get there?
Yeah, looking around, most of the shops in this place are run by Dragon Youth.
Interesting.
Like you see all of the humans going around, they seem to be merchants coming from other places or just regular humans looking to shop browses. Everything seems to be Dragon Youth. And most of the buildings are owned by them. And you see like a few buildings that are human operated seem to be more like currency exchanges or maps of the place or services for newcomers to Tyalpýli, and just seems to be kind of like if I could even call it, it seemed to be like Chinatown, and as if I don't know, like say the place where Bishara and Kauliki are, like that portal, that gate. If it were like an airport and the Dragon Youths are coming from there, this whole place would be kind of like the city for that airport, and it connects to different cities.
Well, a map I like the sound of.
I think a map would be rather useful. Let us go see if we can get one and see if the money is any good here.
Yeah, you go to a store, they will take your money. You see they will charge you like a couple of silver coins, say 3 silver coins for a map of the city.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a tourist kind of map. Doesn't have like all of the small streets, doesn't have like the alleys or stuff like that. It seems to be more like those maps, you know, when you go to something like Disneyland and it just has like the places with the attractions and the things to do, rather than a perfectly city map.
This grinds Quattle's gears.
They will take your not your silver, but they will take one of your gold coins and they will give you back silver coins. You see that the silver they give you back has like imagery of a dragon, like a dragon claw, and the gold coins that you gave them just had like the image of the rest of the royal family of the Longstad Empire.
I ask the tourists the information point. Where would we find shops that sell magical items or alchemical supplies or potions, even smithies? Where would we find those?
Oh, sir, in that case, you can just go down this street and turn right. There's one that is called the Dragon Molten Claw. It's a smithy. They deal in draconic armament. All armors and weapons that the Dragon Youth army. You can find them there, but you would require a permit to buy from them. They don't sell open. They're looking for more magical. You can go 2 streets and turn to the left, and you will find the Flapping Wings. It's kind of like an important, wondrous item brought from Krushmurt Empire.
Is the person speaking to us Dragon Newt as well?
A human.
I will ask. I assume the Dragon Newt peoples have the monopoly on the businesses here then.
In this district, they are mostly when we made the agreement, Krushmurt Empire, the decree was to give them the rights to this district so that they could do free commerce. If you exit through the gate and go back to the central district, you will just find mostly human stores. But if you keep going back to the gate that I assume you came from, the Usedin district one, you can find things from. It's fairly the same treaties. Each district ruled by its own by its own embassy.
And are these embassies where you get permits?
Yes. To traverse through the gates or acquire certain goods, you need permits. That's why you see all of the merchants coming in the district. They do have the permits by equipment, phonics, but they resell it to humans at a fairly good price. Very profitable enterprise, if I say so.
So we would need to go to the embassy in order to pass back through either gate then.
You must have your own permit if you are visiting the district.
Yes, but don't we need another one to go to another district?
Yes, free passage to central district, as long as you maintain the permit that you that was given came through it, and probably have like a permit to. I don't believe it will permit to go through the gate. It should allow you to at least go back to the district.
You'll have to forgive us. We have had a very long travel, and this is, to be quite honest, the very first time we have actually gone outside of Usedin. But
I would recommend you try the draconic ale back in the drowsy mark. That will make all of your worries go away.
would it relieve exhaustion, would one say?
At least it would make you forget about the
Thank you. You have
and maybe
been
some
most-
other thing.
Oh fuck! Now I want to try it. I would pat him on the shoulder and say, "Thank you. You have been most helpful."
Please come back whenever you want. We sell everything for tourists. All of the people coming from the Krushmurt here pass through. They are the best tourist store in the Draconic. Maybe the only, but we are still. Yeah, and you look at the map, and the map is just kind of like I said, kind of like a theme park map of the city of Tyalpýli, and it's like a central circle that is named Central District, and then you see a total of like this breaking.
Fake news.
Yeah, you see a total of 3 districts, kind of like 3 other circles. All of them seem to have like a wall cutting, kind of like encircle them in a wall. and you see the central district, and kind of like in 3 different corners, you see the Usedin district, the Kushmurta district, and the Irmiger district. And outside of all of the walls that surround each district, there is still town going around. There's like city seems to expand out of that, but it seems to be mostly like farmland or residential home. The central district seems to be like jobs, government facility, stuff like that. Each of the 3 districts, the Krushmurta, Usedin, and Yinmigar, have like different stores, places, embassy, points of interest.
Okay. And currently we are in the something. Which district are we in?
In the Krushmurta district, Draconic district.
Okay.
Krushmurta.
So we can get back to the middle district, no problem. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw when the people were going through the gate, they had to show some sort of identification.
Okay, we don't have the identification, so we can't go to the central district yet.
Means we're locked in until we either steal some, Gabba's idea.
Oh, and I will also say, Jason, when you came out into the streets, you said that it looked like really generic fantasy world. Yes,
Yeah.
but the architecture itself, it's
Yeah.
covered like, when you look at like a Chinese castle from the medieval Chinese ages, and it's like
Yeah.
super detailed and has
Yeah.
like those corners. It's like that, but all of the corners are kind of like covered in dragon claws. The
Yeah.
architecture
I got-
itself is very much inspired by Mesopotamian and Chinese mixture.
My favorite architecture.
Okay. Okay. Right. Do we want to at least see if there is anything useful we can procure now?
Well, we'll need to go to non-permit requiring stores.
It was only for the arms.
No, but
Sure.
it sounds like a lot of different stores may have these permits that you require. So we're gonna have to find one.
Browsing around, walking, you guys are talking and walking, and just looking around, you get the feeling that certain stores do require permits, just like it would be like, people are gonna hate me for this comparison, but you know how in the States you can go and buy like a firearm just with like registering, but if you want to buy like a assault rifle, you need like a license and training.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. Certain things are openly sold, other things are strictly guarded.
Strictly guarded.
Strictly,
So
quote unquote.
Training.
I mean, to be fair, it is probably safe to say weapons, probably spells, spell scrolls, the like, will probably be heavily guarded and regulated. It's probably the common sense here.
Yeah, Eric and Kotel, you both have a good passive perception. So you will also notice as you walk around, from time to time you see Dragon Youth Watch that's walking around, but they seem to be wearing more of a regal attire. You don't see any other metallic Dragon Youths other than the one you met at the inn. But from time to time you also see like a group of humans coming wearing like purple coats, and you see that they each hold like 2 tomes of books to the hips, and they have like these metallic boots as they are walking, and metallic gauntlets, and they just seem to be patrolling the place around. You don't see anybody using magic openly per se. The only magic you see is inside of like the houses of commerce, like the companies, as they seem to be like casting identifying spells or checking, doing math with magical assist and stuff like that. You don't see people openly doing magic.
How up? Oh, actually, that's a good point. I'm the only one openly carrying a blade.
Yeah, you see people give you some glances from time to time, but nobody
Yeah.
has said nothing in particular.
Yeah, I mean, its sheath is not like drawn, so
Yeah, no, like nobody has. Like you guys are attention catchers.
yeah.
Like you are clearly a sore thumb in this place. Like you are a giant lion and a giant turtle in a streets with like 90 humans and 10 dragon youths.
Mm.
Maybe that should be our group name. The attention grabbers or something.
Attention seekers.
Yeah.
Attention seekers, yes.
God.
Now we are staying with the forest.
Yeah.
No, wanderers.
Yeah.
It's more inclusive to the
Yeah.
non-furries.
Mm-hmm. Shall we at least?
The boring people, you say.
Yeah. Shall we
Don't
at
know the
least
half
go and speak with, or at least peruse, at least the magical shops? Maybe we'll find something vaguely useful. Cannot hurt to at least look.
Peruse.
You go to the magic shop that was recommended, and you are greeted by this sort of like green dragon youth. Pure-blooded, but not as pure-blooded as the ones you saw on Tavern. You see, the face is more humanoid-looking, though still completely covered in green scales. And just welcomes you. Welcome. What are you looking for? I have great metals imported from Krushmurta itself. I have a blade that it pulled out from the claw of the Green Monarch herself. Are you perhaps looking for more drinking concoction or little trinket to bring home your home realm?
My friend here is more magically inclined than I am, but do you sell any restorative drops? Potions that could perhaps relieve physical exhaustions and such?
But of course, I have the perfect bag for you. And that she comes and she grabs. There's like this sort of like golden marble claw that is holding like a small glass vial with like a cork on top of it, and it's like this sort of red liquid. This is restorative, concocted by the blood, one of the monarchs. She led this Rob's glorious mother as she was defending giant self-king. Potion has the ability to restore its body to full capacity of sex.
Bullshit check.
Yeah.
Sure. Offer it.
Yeah. 19.
That's it's -6, so 14.
There's a little bit of bullshit there,
Yeah.
probably some theatricals, but by looking at the potion itself, it seems to be a magical item itself. It seems to be at least of some alchemical property, but probably not as high as this merchant is trying to make them sound.
And the last thing she said was it could restore a dragon newt's body.
Yep.
She didn't mention us. Unfortunately, we've traveled very far, and none among us are considered dragon newts. Would this particular potion still work on us non-dragon newts?
I'm sure it's going to have some sort of use on your Euclidean physics. Though you may grow a couple of scales.
I'm going to say my friend here probably has the scales already, so it won't look too much different on him. Koto, anything?
Identify? Do I have it? Do I
Probably
have it?
not.
No,
Probably
not cleric either. Darn.
Yeah.
I don't want to try a legend lore on it.
It is a fairly priced item, coming at 1,000 gold pieces.
Sorry, I'm laughing because legend lore is fairly high, right?
Yeah.
and you've never casted legend.
No. I don't want to do that now.
just chain reaction in the
Yeah. I'm not. I could do an Arcana check to possibly guess. I'm
Not
not
even
though.
gonna make a roll. It has magical properties.
Yeah.
It is some sort of alchemical concoction. You don't know the exact.
Fuck, we
of
need
it.
the glasses of the nerd.
I've got that stupid monocle that tells me the obvious. Does it give me any hints?
This is a red liquid.
Fuck.
Screw you, Monaco.
Well, I also don't have 1,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, I was gonna say 1,000 gold pieces. Jesus. Looking around, like her other wares, are they similarly priced?
Yeah, most of the things are in the couple of hundred of gold coins. You see like an armor that it has like these draconic pauldrons and it's looking like a mixture of gold and silver and just looks like very regal. And when she catches you looking at that, she goes, "Oh, that's the anti-sword armor. This armor was designed specially to fight amongst the forces of giants. This will not let any hammer or sword touch your body." It's 500 gold pieces.
Is it full plate? I don't think so, right? It's not like plate armor.
It's like a scale armor.
Yeah, he ain't got shit for me. I made my own armor, bitch. Forgive me for my curiosity. I'm a bit of a smithy myself, and I was admiring the work.
It's been imported from my homeland. A perfect item for those seeking a adventurous life outside of the wall.
Indeed. We will need to consult with the rest of our travel companions. We're still fairly new in the city.
But of course. I'll always be here, except after 6 p.m. That's when I close.
Reasonable. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Alright. Well, thank you very much for your time. Sorry, just before we leave, I've heard a name being thrown around. You'll have to forgive my pronunciation here. Lord Al-Qatiza.
Ah.
This
Lord Al-Qasida, the Wise White.
seems a fairly famous dragon newt, I assume.
No, not such a lowly creature. True draconic lord, one of the nobles of Krushmul, is an envoy of Luthi, an envoy of Chesiriamu, the Cold Islands.
Fuck.
Silawatwa.
Silimu.
Chesiriamu, Cold Island. Is an ancient dragon, serving
Oh
as
fuck! No fucking way, we'll find that shit.
Excuse me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's be
Yeah,
friends. How about that?
An ancient white dragon. Nice.
serving as
Nice.
the ambassador here in the city. of
Okay. We definitely not fighting.
Don't fuck
fighting.
with that.
Yeah. Unless we banish the shit out of it.
I don't got. Well, I think banish doesn't work if we're still in the tower. So.
Oh shit.
It'll be fine. We'll just change Gaba into a giant ape, have him rage, and pummel the shit out of it.
Are we still in the tower? Question mark.
Fuck.
Exactly.
Fuck knows. We might have been teleported to a different plane altogether.
Well, we probably time traveled at this rate.
Yeah.
Eric and Quotal, at this point, you see a group of kobolds with like a hat of a magician and a wooden branch come after you and goes, "I do magic," and you see the green dragon. It goes, "Shoo, out with you, pesky little rat. Go back to your slave pen."
Slave pen. Is that what she just said?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Eric notes the words and will not say anything, as he understands he's not in the right position to do anything now.
As we're leaving, I guess Cottle will say, well, that one seemed a bit upmarket for our current price range.
Unless you are hiding more gold in your body. You seem to have a habit of producing money from your body somehow.
That happened one time. And
I want to imagine
it wasn't
the
that
fact.
much gold.
I want to imagine the fact that the legend of the gold vomiting turtle becomes widespread, and at the point Quotal amasses like this kind of like following of people that just follow him everywhere asking for gold. Even when Quotal goes to the bathroom and shits, there's people just rummaging throughout like his shit in trying to look for gold.
It was also platinum, not gold.
More people going through your shit.
That's grim. That is grim.
We haven't been given much money in this campaign, so 1,000 gold is very outstanding.
We were given no money this campaign.
All
No money.
all the money has come from you, to be quite
Yeah,
fair.
exactly.
I
have
will-
given the money.
Well, every time that you could do something to get paid, you end up running out of town. So
Yeah, well, but also every time we did get paid, we got paid like 2 nickels or something.
Yeah.
Comparatively. Oh, thank you for killing the evil warlord. Here, have $1. Go buy something nice.
Feels
Hey.
like it.
You've had a couple of shopping episodes. Do not complain.
That's true.
True.
Yeah, and then
True.
Which we
Some of my
basically
barely bought anything. He had to
Told
work for his armor. He
majority.
didn't
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
it.
Technically, I had to work for it.
What did I just say? Do not complain.
Mine
And I
was
had like
half
a
price.
shit ton of my gold stolen
Yeah,
from me
he had to work for the
randomly.
armor, and now he has a
Alright,
fucking
yeah.
magical +2 spear.
Yeah, that's true. I'll take it. But
I'm
do we
still
want to
waiting.
do we perhaps want to go towards a lower
Yes.
market?
Low
stall?
market establishment. Probably a human one. There's gonna be the
Yeah,
best bet.
you are not gonna find any of those in this.
Yeah.
Everything seems to be like very expensive. All of the shopkeepers will always go, this is an imported good, this is like the best quality, yada yada yada. Everything seems to be
It's driving
very
the
high,
price.
and you guys are gonna spend most of your time going to different stores and getting kind of like the same story. So after a couple of hours, do you all reconvene, or would you like to do something else, browsing around? I will say the other thing is, Bishar, throughout the day of you walking around, you keep looking at the stars, and every time you look, you can swear there's like one or maybe two less shiny points in the sky.
Without any clear cause or correlation.
No, they just seem to be randomly going off. And at this point, you see a big, bright, two moons actually, just on the horizon. Both of the moons are white, just like our regular Earth moon. But it's for Bishar, it would be the first time that you see a moon that is not fractured in 1,000 little asteroids. So yeah, that maybe catches your.
Koriki, do you remember at the earlier floors when there was like eyes in the sky and things slowly coming down? Basically, sort of a timer, something to move us along.
There was I think there was the time management thingy on this wall with our doppelgangers.
Yes. I think maybe something similar might be happening here. With one by one, the stars seem to be going out.
Do I see? Is it like more stars are disappearing, or just like popping in and out?
Is it?
They seem to be disappearing, and Kaulik, now that you look up, you see like very few stars, maybe like 2 or 3 stars in the sky, and it's what you would expect looking at the night sky in the middle of a city. But to what Bishar saw when you first started walking out in the streets, it seems to be like a completely different night sky.
Weren't there more stars before?
Yes, and they were also different. Not quite sure if these ones are in the same place as they were when we first went out.
They haven't moved from position. Like the position has remained fairly similar. It's just that they have started to go black.
So maybe we could ask a person about the stars?
We could. Might be normal for whatever this place is.
Mm-hmm. I will find a nice looking like 60 plus lady on the street, human preferably.
You find an old lady walking with like a cane. She has like 2 gnomes grabbing like one of its hand, and another gnome that's grabbing like a bale and letting her walk without soiling the bale. And she goes, Oh, hello, dearie. Oh, you are a weird one. Haven't seen anybody like you before. Let me touch your fur.
I allow it.
Fucking old people are the same everywhere.
Exactly.
by the way.
Oh, yes, yes.
Very handsy.
Good evening, ma'am. I have a question. I am, as you probably see,
Only one. Oh, must be so good to be young. I have how many questions and such little time.
Can I first ask one? I'm new here, and I would want because where I am from, this night sky stays the same every night. Is it normal? My friend here, he's very good with the night sky at our place. He
Oh.
realized the stars here went dim. Is it normal?
You are accompanied by a really handsome young human, girlie.
Isn't he right? He's very pretty.
Oh, yes, let me have a touch. And she goes to touch Vishar's skin. Oh, to be young and soft and not wrinkly. Oh. What were we talking about?
Vishal
Night-
stands there awkwardly as this old woman touches his hand.
Night sky. Is it
Oh.
always? Are the stars always disappearing?
I think you've drank too much. The stars do not disappear. I will show you the constellation of our Lord. And she starts looking up, and you hear, "Oh, my neck!
Ooh.
Oh!"
Are
And
you
you see
right?
one of the gnomes kind of passes her like a little kind of like liquor flask, like a metallic one.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you, Thomas. Oh, that hits the spot. Now, where was I? Yes, the skin.
You were showing me the
No.
the constellation of your great lord.
Oh, yes. Back when I was young, you could. Oh, that's certainly weird.
Okay,
I-
so it's not.
I'm pretty
Alright, so
sure
it's
it
not
should
normal,
be
yeah.
there. But if you connect this point to this one, you make like a ball of sorts. If you have a big imagination like I do, but I'm missing a couple of points. Oh my eyes are
Yes.
going away with age. I can see the darkness.
I did notice you were missing a couple of points there, but so
I'm
am I right
losing
in
my
assuming that
marbles.
this isn't a normal occurrence every day or every night?
Well, it certainly is not. Oh, there must be some sort of cloud, but Thomas, is it going to rain? And you see the gnome just goes,
Only Quattle's there, he can say.
Druidcraft, can you tell?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Vishal will summon Druidcraft to figure out the weather.
No need. You don't see a cloud in the sky.
Alright.
Oh,
I don't think so. It's going to rain.
Is it winter? No. That's certainly weird. Thomas,
May I
give me
ask
my
you?
eyesight flask, and you see the gnome gives her like another liquor flask.
She's drinking straight methanol.
I think we have all the information we could get out of her at this
Yeah.
point. Communicate.
Thank you very much. Have a lovely evening, ma'am.
Ah,
Thomas?
I hope it won't be my last one.
I hope very much as well. Good
Ah,
night.
let's go,
And I-
Thomas. I need to go touch the skin of some other young man.
I'm just like hooking my hand around Visha again and like, yeah, very nice, very soft, very nice.
Is this normal in cities for people just to go around touching others?
You are
If you live in New
asking
York.
the absolutely wrong person.
Right. Fair enough, I suppose. It's not really my scene, big cities, to be honest. But yeah, but at least we did establish that the stars going out is not normal around here. Assuming that she did actually know, because I wasn't quite certain she knew what was going on.
We could ask someone that has better eyes. Or I think she had a good eyes.
Yeah,
She
let's
just
risk it.
wanted to touch.
Let's reconvene with the others for now. Maybe they have figured out something else. And try and
This
see if you
point,
know what to do.
you feel like a small shaking in the earth, almost like a slow earthquake, but nothing too big. You just see a couple of like the street lights shaking, and people just look around and okay, there's nothing wrong. Let's keep going.
Alright, I get
there's something
I
wrong.
get a
we should-
kind of a end of the world vibe from this place right
There's
now.
definitely something wrong,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the narrator said.
I said that the plot hook would come if we walked around a bit.
We still haven't really gotten it. That's the problem. Is amongst all the shops, is there like a shabby looking one?
No, everything looks regal. Everything looks like very
Fucking
good
ominous.
displayed. It's like if you go to a fancy tourist district neighborhood, you
Yeah.
don't find a crappy store.
Yeah.
Not the kind of public.
Everything is handmade.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
just by looking at the clothes
Imported.
of the merchant, of the human merchants and the dragon mules walking around, everybody seems to be very affluent money-wise.
We could just steal someone's money at this rate.
Just
Such a
Walking in
shame.
downtown LA, basically.
Such a shame we have not got a rogue.
At this point, I would say you four reconvene, and like a couple of minutes later, you see Gav and Ephraim coming back, and they are eating like this sort of like kind of like a bowl with some sort of like a poutine with a lot of meat.
Like I know what a poutine actually looks like. That's good.
So,
Oh, you are
Fries.
missing on the best
it-
fucking thing the
it's
Canadians have done.
Just like
And
shit.
I live in Canada.
Like
Chips,
fries
gravy.
with stuff.
It's like French fries with gravy. I totally recommend
pretty
eating like a shawarma poutine. They put like the meat of shawarma just sliced on top of the poutine,
Oh,
mixed with
man.
like gravy and a little bit of the garlic
Yeah.
sauce. Really cool.
I don't know the. Wait, no, I'm not going to try to translate it. I'll just send a picture in Discord so we can move along.
I'm gonna eat shawarma
we-
poutine tonight.
We reconvene, share, exchange information.
We learned that we're poor and we cannot afford anything in this district.
I learned that old ladies like to touch people.
Gaba looks at you and goes like,
Oof. Yeah, we talked with a older lady, and she was very enamored with the softness of Visha's skin.
Yes. Quaddle, you lived in a city for a while. Is that normal? People touching other people? Just randomly? Mostly.
In specific districts that I never went to, but
Hmm.
not generally in the main avenues.
Right, thankfully.
Lovely
So-
ladies.
The other issue is that if we want to, just very quickly, just to say, the other issue is to move anywhere outside of this place, outside of this district. We need a permit.
Kind of permit.
This is
What
too
kind of
much.
permit?
We've seen the people at the gates handing something, right? Or
Everybody that walked towards the gate had this sort of like mixture of, they had paper and they had like an iron or some sort of metal with engravings, and you didn't see close, but you
Yeah.
saw that when the guard was looking at them, the metal itself seemed to glow for a second.
ah, fuck.
Yeah, that's gonna not be easy then.
Yeah,
Forward.
no, it's not the forging, it's the stealing we need. Ah, fuck.
At this
Uh,
point, as all of you are together, you feel another shaking of the earth, this time slightly stronger. And you start hearing panic slightly seeping into the populace. You hear people start yelling around.
Are we secluded?
You are either in the main avenue or close to the Drowsy Monarch Tavern. You choose.
I'll find, like, with just my eyes and look at the person. What is happening? In like the poshest accent that my celestial allows. To anyone in the, like, I find a human that looks less well off.
You see that both humans and dragonites, they seem to be cowering, taking cover. Doesn't seem like something that happens often enough. People are grabbed out of guard, and they seem to be panicking. You see a couple of like wares from different streets fall to the ground. You see a couple of like planters that were on windows on the second floor just fall to the ground, and some people are hitting the head with it. You see some people start running towards the direction where the gate to Krushmurta is, and they ignore everybody and seem to be trampling over people. But it just seems to be like a very strange occurrence. And Bishar, with your passive perception, as you are looking around, you look at the plant that just fell from a second floor. Your eyes keep going up, and at this point you see no stars at all.
Oh my god.
And the moon is starting to turn red.
This is when the moon
And this is the moment that you all see the lights, like the moon reflects light. How does the moon reflect light? From the sun. And that illuminates the earth during a night sky. Yes, this street is covered by magical lighting. But as the earthquake keeps intensifying, you start notice the lights start flickering. What are you doing in this moment as Bishar starts noticing the moon starting to turn red?
We need to take cover. I don't quite know what's happening, but if we are in the past, then this may be what's happening to the moon as it is right now in our timeline.
Yes, but if we take cover and the earth starts to shake again, there's very high probability that something will land on us.
Okay. Stone structures. Or
The ground starts shaking. I need everybody to give me a dexterity saving throw.
best place to be in an earthquake is stone
Doorway.
structures. Under a bathtub, under a table, you know. Yeah.
Give me those dexterity saving throws.
That's a
18,
9.
15,
18 for me.
even with exhaustion.
15 with exhaustion. And 20 for Ephraim. I don't know if Ephraim has any.
No, Ephraim is the He looks
It's a
refreshed.
smart one.
All right.
So
Ephraim
20
is taking
Ephraim.
vanguards next time.
Those of you that got under a 10 fall to the ground as the shaking intensifies for a moment. Everybody seems to be going in a state of panic. You see many humans start running towards the central district, trying to get out of here. All of the Dragoniutes seem to be running towards the other direction. Some people are just staying in place. You hear a loud rumbling as bricks start collapsing, and you dust in the distance as if some sort of building had collapsed due to the violent shaking. What are you all doing?
So, central district.
At this
Oh,
point,
quite
all of
sure.
the artificial lights stop flickering and go off. The city is only illuminated by the sun reflecting out of the moon that is starting to turn red and more.
Okay.
I turn on my halo, so at least we have sunlight.
Well, this would be the perfect time to loot one of those potions, Eric.
Oh, okay.
Immediate anarchy as soon as something
Yeah.
terrible happens.
Yeah, that's actually right.
Typical beast walkers, am I right?
No. Only the turtle ones.
Ah,
They're the ones. They're the sleepers.
the opportunistic ones.
Yeah.
Sleeping
Kaolika
yeah.
with something already in her purse. What? No.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
We are either very fucked, or we have to do something to prevent it.
I don't think there's any way to prevent this. If we're-
Yeah, not sure. And also not sure how we can prevent the moon from exploding.
Yes, and I think.
So,
hmm,
are we in our... Are we in the same place where we were just in the past?
Yes.
So this is the lands of AzerrA.
The thing is this tower was created through Kyrgyz and AzerrA, or no, just Kyrgyz, right?
Kyrgyz, AzerrA, and Tyalpýli.
Tefia.
Okay. So one of these three fuckers knows about the past and is clearly showing it for a reason.
I think it's Kyrgyz.
I think all three of them know about the past.
I don't think Kyrgyz even would be alive at this time. I think it seems a bit too early.
Hmm.
Oh, just I have to yeet that monster.
So it's either AzerrA or Kyrgyz.
You feel another shaking in the ground as another building seems to collapse, and the building that you are standing in starts dust come out of the bricks, and you hear some wood creaking.
Any
Everybody
other
out.
people?
There's havoc everywhere. People are running amok multiple directions. They seem to be toppling over each other, stepping. You see there's some people that fall to the ground and people just running over them. The beasts of burden, those Komodo giant dragons, are one of them broke out of their pen and is running amok in the street. You see the human watch, those purple coats, are flying up in the sky, and they are using like magic to illuminate different places and try to direct people into certain directions. But nobody seems to be paying attention. It just seems to be like chaos everywhere.
I mean, around us. Right now, just chaos or...
Chaos.
Okay. Yeah, I'm following Kofol's advice because he knows about structures.
At this point, all of you hear a loud in the sky as you see like a white dragon illuminated by other little humanoids flying around with light torches. As they are flying around, and you see this white dragon with like 6 wings just flying and starts in a very loud voice going, "Citizens of Krushmurta, pay respect and attention. Follow the procedures and do not despair. You are better than this." And you see all of the Dragonutes seem to calm down and start helping the ones that fell to the ground, and they start running all in unison to the same direction.
Which way are they running?
Towards the
gate.
The gate.
Well,
Bishar, at this point, you see that red that was enveloping the moon. You don't know when it happened, but you don't see a moon there anymore. There's no light. It's except for the small little oil lamps or people with like some sort of personal magical lighting. The place is complete darkness. There is no light being reflected. There's no stars in the sky. There's no artificial lighting. And Bishar, give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Is it like inside of my darkness?
It's not like magical darkness or darkness per se. It's literally complete absence of light.
What a waste of a net 20 on disadvantage.
Hmm.
Perception, so 13 plus 9 is 22, minus 4 is 18.
Bishar, you start looking towards where the moon was, and you see, like, it's hard to see. It's almost like seeing shades of black, but in the middle of the black, some of the lights from the ground maybe create little shades of reflection that you can see fragments of stone being packed up into like the space, and you look further away and you see like from this cannot be from inside the city, you would hear it otherwise, but you can see from like really far away, as if earth itself was being broken into small fragments of stones and being sucked up into the space.
Alright, we need to get to the portal. Dragon had a bright idea. We might want to get moving.
Did I say that I enjoyed being planted down on the earth? It was nice to see that.
Well, it was a nice experience, but short-lived. Time to say goodbye.
Quartal would suggest that seeing them do that, everybody like tie ropes to each other, and to Bishar specifically, he has the gravity bits.
It's not like gravity is being affected. It's almost as if something in outer space was acting with such a strong suction force, and the Earth itself was breaking and being absorbed out into outer space.
So there's a lack of sort of quote-unquote suction on our side, in a way. Shit, because everything's losing gravity. There's nothing really solid nearby. Like they're still stuck to the ground.
Bishar is.
If Bishar could turn into, I don't know, like an eagle and fly us, maybe to the
fuck
portal.
yeah.
I'm not sure I could fly all of us, to be honest.
We would light as a feather.
Oh well, if there's no gravity then. Yeah, sure, fair enough. But
Right?
There is gravity.
would I be able to fly if there's no gravity and air? Honestly, not sure.
Propulsion, baby.
Jet eagle.
What makes a bird fly? It's not gravity per se, it's pushing wind. The thing is that
Yeah.
in a vacuum there is no wind to be pushed.
Oh,
So
fuck.
a bird in the International Space Station would not be able to move around. But in this place there is an atmosphere, there is wind, and there is still gravity.
I think it would be able to move around as long as there is air to push against.
Hmm.
But different discussion.
But then we do have mass, and you do not. I cannot carry anyone, and you cannot carry everyone.
I'm assuming we're having this discussion while moving towards the
Yeah.
border. by the
Yes.
way.
Yeah.
As you
But do we want to leave this place? Because if we leave this place, we would leave the tower.
I
I
don't know.
think this is still all
Do we?
power.
Hmm.
This is just-
Even if we change dimensions.
yeah.
This is each level of the tower has been all constructions of each fucker who decides I'm gonna put a bit in here.
So, how do we know that we are going? That we have to go to the Dragon's dimension and not to the Fae.
It seems like we're following the events, and by following what the majority do, we'll get a better understanding. It's possibly what they're trying to tell us by showing us this.
It is Hala talking. I really want you to experience the Fae.
Hmm.
as you guys keep running, following the crowd, you see the crowd is mostly Dragonid. There are just a couple of humans, just very few humans have started running this way. And by the moment that you reach that point of like guards making like a customs, that is still in place. The Dragonids just keep running past, but the guards seem to be stopping everybody that is not a Dragonid. And going, no!
This is bullshit.
And going, no, we cannot let you in. We don't know if you are a spy for those giants or not. And they just seem to be holding everybody. And the dragon itself is still flying up in the sky. And you see the dragon goes and roars out into the air. And you see comes like a breath, almost like a mixture of ice with light, and as the light inside of the ice is going on, seems to form almost like a rainbow kaleidoscope of colors as it spreads, and it illuminates like the whole district. And as the breath goes out, you see out in the horizon that little thing that Bishar could see of like craters being pulled up and being absorbed and sucked out into space. It's happening like all the horizon, as if the earth itself was fracturing and the planet itself is being absorbed by something out into space. And the dragon just looks down and goes, I am using my authority as the ambassador for the great kingdom, the great empire of Krushmurta. Guards, let everybody pass through the gate. We shall save as many lives as are needed, and we shall see what comes next in the fortress on the other side. This is no time to rely on pesky quarrels, as this planet is being destroyed. And you see the guards, some of them just doubt, but the humans start going, you heard him, let us go. And the guards just step aside, and en masse all humans start coming, and you hear like from the central districts, those of you with like a high perception can hear like yelling, crying, noise. The city's a complete uproar, and it seems like something similar has happened in the other 3 points of the city, as You hear noises of all of the humans trying to evacuate en masse. What are you doing?
Dragon Gate, Dragon Gate, Dragon Gate.
We're trying to get through. Assuming we've not got. Did we go past the dozing monarch?
The drowsy monarchy.
Yeah.
It will be on your way towards here.
Could I have, if possible, whilst we've been running, or if we've already gone past it, retcon for Eric to have very quickly looked in and shout and see if I want to say Jaheira, but it's not Jaheira.
It's
Shahar?
Shahar.
Yeah, Jaheira.
Shahar.
If she has left already.
You see that Shahar is with the human and she goes, "Come on, darling, we need to get out of here. You cannot remain in this place." And the human just goes, and it's just kind of like packing some other things.
Leave it. You will not survive. Those belongings will mean nothing if you're dead.
Give me a persuasion.
Oh, -6. Come on now.
Can I be like peeking in and like with helping? Yeah. Or I would intimidate them to GTFO. I would try to intimidate them to GTFO.
Sure, but I'm gonna change something. I said that it was the human man that was grabbing things. It's actually Shahar is the one that is trying to grab as many things as she can.
Sentiment is still the same. It's no, it's not gonna be enough. It's like a -1 at this point.
Jesus.
I'm -1. As you say that, Shahar goes, "I can't. I need. If I'm going back to that wretched place, I need to at least have something to give me worth, something to live in that place. I'm not going back to being a fucking slave."
You will be either dead in 20 seconds or a slave there. You rather lose your life over a few trinkets. You know how much you are worth. Out here, and I am prestidigitating. My voice is booming. My eyes are completely white. My halo is glowing bright white. You go out and into the portal.
As you say that, you see the human male just kind of like punches her with all of his might in the stomach, and the hair just goes like limp and unconscious, and the human just carries her on like his shoulders and goes, "I thank you, little miss, but do not threaten my wife. I don't want to have to kill anybody today, and let us be on our way." And he just
Gladly out.
They are still carrying like a backpack with a couple of like liquor bottles and some gold coins in it. And by the moment that you all reach the gate, you feel another earthquake. And remember, you are running on like complete darkness. Those of you with dark vision can like barely make your way.
I'm trying to illuminate as much as I can.
Yeah, and you see like there are some people with lanterns just trying to light it hinted the way. By the moment that you reach the gate, it's so much bright. Your eyes have gotten used to the darkness, and this thing is just like glowing so bright. You feel another earthquake, and you start seeing like that fracturing, like fragments of earth being dragged out into space. It's almost at the point that it reaches the city of Tyalpýli. What are you all doing?
I'm looking around. Which one of you is the lightest?
Us?
Yes.
Definitely not Bottle.
Definitely not Eric.
Fisher, probably.
I'll.
It would be
Bishar
Bishar
or
or Ephraim.
After,
Yeah.
after Kalike. Kalike is definitely like 6 months.
Yeah.
I am flying first of all, so I don't have to compete with the people running. Visha, you can fly yourself. I'll try to grab Ephraim.
What's your strength score?
Yes. No.
No.
How far are we from the gate at this point?
About like 50 meters.
It's such a bad idea because they already said, they already alluded that they're anti-giant. Because I kind of want to just go giant form and just like grab Quarto and whoever else.
You are running next to a lot of people.
Yeah, that's the problem, right?
And like there's people behind you, there's people in front of you. Everybody seems to be running desperately, and as they reach the gate, they seem to be funneled and organized by the Draconic Watch.
So we gotta keep.
I am keeping up, but over them, and like lighting my out.
Yeah, and
their
like
way.
you get the feeling that the more people that go into the gate, the slower that the people keep advancing, almost as if something on the other side is holding them and organizing them on the other side. You
Are
start.
the dragon newts with wings flying?
Yes. Yes, they are actually the ones that are illuminating the place. A couple of the dragon newts remain on the ground and they are guiding the people in a most orderly manner, as much as they can. But a couple of them are flying and trying to illuminate, and you see some of the dragon newts that are not part of the watch try to fly, and they are catch by other dragon newts and told to go and on the ground and walk properly. And the giant white dragon is still flying up there, holding place. And you just hear him going, "Hurry it up! There's no much time!"
Does it seem like if you were to queue and basically follow the procedure, that we would reach the bottom in time?
Yes. But if you divert, go towards anything else, you don't know that. And you can hear like that, a growling noise like earth fracturing, compacting, and breaking, almost as if a machine was breaking earth in pieces as it gets louder and closer and closer.
Alright, no time for anything else. This has to be the priority right now.
I don't got anything to help.
I have something to help, but that would just mean it could just go all wrong, and people will just look at me as the enemy. Because all my stuff is literally giant related.
Yeah, and the only teleportation I have is Thunder Step, and I don't think that's a great idea to do in a crowd.
I could haste some people, but still just two.
It's not
Yes.
just you guys, it's more like there's a bottleneck. And
Yeah, that's the problem there, right? It's the bottleneck, because my initial idea was if I went giant smite and just literally push people through, right?
Go on, like,
like a snowplow.
Yeah, just like. But I think that would cause a lot of.
By the time you guys are close to the gate,
Yeah.
you see that some of the Dragonute guards are giving you things, but at this point, that growling, grinding noise of earth, you look around and you see in the sky like little dots of light from other places, and probably like you could see. Have you ever been in a city when there's a blackout and some other neighborhood far away has light, and you can see like the glow of the city far away in the horizon.
Nope.
You have like 2 points providing that light at the moment, and you assume that those are the other 2 gates to Inmigerth or Usedi. And you look at that, and that grinding noise. At the moment one of the glowing lights disappears, and then the other, and you start hearing like, and you look around, and those lights that were flying in the sky, like people with lights, they cut off immediately out of nowhere, and you give me a perception check.
Well, now I roll a fucking natural 20.
Oh my god! I rolled for me and for Ephraim.
21.
17.
13.
Ephraim, please tell me you have a better
Anybody
perception
higher than
than mine.
21?
Yeah, of course, with So that will be 3 for Ephraim.
I assume you rolled 2 ones?
No, I rolled 2 2s.
Okay, so with the 21, Eric, you see that the buildings on the other side of the city are flying up into the sky, fracturing in thousands of little pieces of brick, wood, and rumbles, almost as if an earthquake was happening against gravity, sucking everything up into the air. And you managed to catch a glimpse of what seemed to be like a giant mouth with teeth just like sharp but black as the void itself, absorbing and sucking all of this. Very, very far away, almost like a Cthulhian kind of creature from outer space was eating the planet itself piece by piece. And at this point, everybody starts rushing into the gate. You all manage to get past, but you see that behind you there's still like hundreds of people trying to rush in a line, trying to hit against each other to get past. And you traverse through this giant portal made out of like pure raw energy. Those of you that have magical properties, you feel all of your spell slots get like supercharged for a second. You feel so much energy. All of you gain a temporary 9th level spell slot for the next minute.
Someone kill.
Do I also get the spells? Of ninth
No,
level?
you just get like a temporary 9th level spell for a minute after you pass through this gate. And it's like nauseating. For those of you that don't have like magical abilities, you feel like your stomach is being flipped inside out. You feel like your skin is being flipped inside out for a second, and then you arrive, and it's almost like if you were immediately taken from like North America to South America, and you are still facing the same direction, and you fall, but you are aiming at the other side, and now what was once down is now up, and you are just looking around, and you see yourself surrounded by a massive wall, like 60 meters tall wall of stone. You see a gate very similar to the one that you just passed through, almost identical, and you are surrounded by 5 flying dragons, 100 dragon newts holding like spears pointing down, and about 2,000 human and dragon newt commoners that are being all mashed together into a central plaza that is very, very big. And you see, the last thing you see is that white dragon with 4 wings and about 5 of the dragon newt that were flying in the sky just coming out of the gate, and then the gate seems to just stand still for a moment. As this dragon, as Lord Altesida comes flying through the gate last minute, you see a face of, if you could identify despair in the face of an ancient dragon, this would be it. As all of the other dragons fly next to this one and go, "Ambassador, What is the meaning of this? Why are there undocumented humans in the Great Empire? The ambassador remains silent. Everybody is in a state of panic. The Dragon Youth are just like ready to attack at any moment, waiting for the command. Everybody starts walking farther away from the gate, leaving like a 10-20 meter distance from the gate. You all are just guided towards this plaza. It seems that there are like maybe 6 castles, but not like towers, like a full defensible castle surrounding this place in a semicircular. And there you see ballistas, cannons, dragon breath weapons, everything pointing towards the gate, as if they were ready for an invasion at any moment. Ambassador just remains silent. You all hear like the murmur of people going, "What's going on? What's going on?" And children crying everywhere. You hear people going, "Has anybody seen my wife? Lie on it! Where's my wife?" And the dragons are just, "Speak, ambassador!" And that moment of panic is broken once something else comes walking through the gate. As you see 10 tentacles with multiple mouths in each tentacle, eyes inside of each mouth glowing each time that the mouth opens, comes just running out of the gate and trying and start catching different people and dragging them back to the other side of the gate. And that's where we are going to finish tonight's episode.
I was gonna say, it's only got a temporary 9th level spell slot. I can fireball the shit out of that thing.
Oh,
I don't have a fireball!
I can summon so many raptors, guys.
His brain ticking over. It's like,
What could I cast a dynamic?
I have nothing! 9th level magic missile.
I mean,
Ninth level cone of lightning.
You have some time to think what you are going to do.
Does disintegrate scale?
no.
No.
And you have to
I can't
actually
remember.
know the spell before as well. So,
I do have disintegrate.
What? When did you get? Okay, fine.
It's in the 6th level spell slots.
Does it?
I think it is.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting.
Good thing
Faster
you
than
have
that,
some time
yeah.
to think about how to deal with whatever Puctulian thing might come from the other side.
I have no aggressive spells. I have Blight, but Blight probably immune to necrotic.
No,
Martin.
it does scale. It scales 3d6 for each spell slot above 6th level. So you get 9d6 worth of additional. So you get 19d6 plus 4.
Yeah, but
44 damage.
if this shit has a good save, which probably has, there's a 9th level spent for bullshit.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
free.
In the meantime, keep on waving.
Bye.